So we're almost there. And we're up to number 44, 45. I lost count. HaLomeid al menat lelameid. One that learns in order to teach. Adam la'omal yulad. Amal is Rosh Tevis, lilmod al menat lelamed. Learning Torah is the greatest mitzvah. Talmud Torah keneged kulam. However, teaching Torah is even a greater mitzvah. So those that have the privilege and the schus to be teachers of Torah, that tops everything else. But when you teach Torah, it is also izgula. It is izgula to have great success in your own learning. So let us first examine various sources that we find in Chazal, how great the mitzvah is to teach Torah to others. And how big is the schus and the privilege when you do so. So first of all, we find the Gemara in Sanhedrin, Naf Tzadik Tesomid Beis, Dorash Rabbi Meir, HaLomeid Torah ve'einoi melamdo, Zehu Dvar Hashem bozo. It is a bezoyin, ki Dvar Hashem bizo, is said on a person that teaches Torah. He learns Torah. He has the potential to teach, but he doesn't do so. And if he does teach Torah, it is his gula, his own success. And that's the Gemara Neir V'nun Dalad Umedalef Omer Rabbi Elazar. Ma'idich siv l'chayav karugas aboisim. Im meisem odom atzmi ki aboisim azeh sha'kol mitbasmim mimeno. Like a flower giving a beautiful fragrance, and everybody enjoys the smell. Hoylech umelamet Torah l'acherim, Talmudei miskayim biyodoi. Ve'im lav ein Talmudei miskayim biyodoi. Nedorim nun hey Amud Aleph. Memidbor matona. Kivin she meisem odom atzmoi kemidbor. HaTorah nitenet lo b'matana. So some time ago, I quoted one interpretation, the Ran in Adoram Daf Nun Hey. Midbar means shiflus, humility, humbleness. But Rashi has a different interpretation. The Midbar is a Mokum Hefker. There is no personal ownership in the Midbar. It belongs to everyone. Everyone has the right to travel the desert. So if a person mafkir atzmai lelamed Torah lekol, and he's willing to teach anyone that is just willing to learn, then HaTorah nitenet lo b'matana. And we find the same in Avodah Zorah Lamed Hey Umid Beis. Dorosh Reb Nachman bar Rav Chisda Maud Chsiv l'reach shmonech u'toivim. Talmud Chochem doimel et sloiches shel Platon. Kasher migole reichoi noidef. And the Gemara goes on to say in Avodah Zorah Lamed Hey Amud Beis, Velo od el dvorim shemechusim mimeno mitgalim lo. And Rashi writes an amazing line. When a person teaches Torah to others, dvorim hamechusim mimeno mitgalim lo me'atzman below torach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives him wisdom, and he uncovers Seidas HaTorah without any effort. So there are so many different sources in Chazal about not only the importance and the great mitzvah and the great privilege of teaching Torah to others, but also the zgula. Imatu oisim ken Talmudei miskayim biyodoi. And it's not only zgula in a mystical way, it is also so practical. When you teach Torah, and it necessitates trying to define every concept, and you look for the right ways to express and convey a message your Talmidim should understand, that always gives you so much additional insight and inspiration. And I quoted many times during our journey the words of Reb Chanina, the great Amoira, "Harbe lamadati meraboisai, mechavere yoisei mehem, umetalmidai yoter mekulam." So lilmod al manat lelamed is not only a schus, not only a mitzvah, not only a privilege, but you will have so much personal benefit out of teaching Torah to others. So let me just share an amazing story with you. And this story we find in the introduction to the Sheboilei Aleket. Sheboilei Aleket is one of the Sifrei HaRishonim. And the author, the Mechaber of Sheboilei Aleket, was Reb Tzidkiyo HaRofeh. He was a doctor, like many of the early Rishonim. And in the introduction to his Sefer, he writes what brought him to write this Sefer. And he tells the story, I was desperately ill. I was a geisis, and the Chevre Kedisha came to my house. And they told my family, my children, and my wife to leave the room because I'm dying. And I was dying. And suddenly, I had a vision. And a person stood next to me. V'ponov kipnei malach elakim. He had the face of an angel. And it was like fire. And he had a candle in his hand. And suddenly the candle went out, and in a split second, in a fraction of a second, it came on again. It was extinguished, and then once again, it was burning and giving light. And that angel told me, your time has come. And you actually should be dying. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows that you still have so much potential to teach Torah, and that is why you're getting your neshama back. That happened 3 days before Shavuos, and the Malach told him, in another 3 days, you're going to get well. How ironic. We're standing 3 days before Shavuos. What a story. And when he had a refuah shleima on Shavuos, he decided that he must do something great for our Botzas Torah, and he decided to write his Sefer, Sheboilei Aleket. And it is a Sefer that we learn and teach on a daily basis. So this is a story that once again shows us how central, how important it is not only to learn Torah, but to do your best to teach Torah to others. Each and every one of us has to teach Torah. Teach whatever you know. You do not have to be a sage to teach Torah. If you know Aleph Beis, teach others Aleph Beis. If you know Mishnah, teach Mishnah. If you know Gemara, teach Gemara. You know some halachas, teach them to others. Every Jew that learns Torah has the potential to teach Torah. Let us do so. Let us teach Torah, let us learn Torah, and we're coming ever closer to the end of our journey, Har Sinai. Have a wonderful day.